Welcome back to The Vocalist. My name is Bethany, and for those of you new here, I am a voice teacher. Today, we are going to be listening to Demi Lovato sing Substance. This is from a recent performance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I do want to mention, I am aware previously Demi Lovato only went by they, them pronouns, but at the time of this recording, in addition to they, them, she also goes by she, her, which is why you will hear me use those pronouns throughout this video. I have not heard this song, but I have been a longtime fan of Demi Lovato, and I think she has an incredible voice, so I'm very excited. Let's do this.
Is everybody happy with life in the backseat? Trying to master the art of detaching. Is anybody driving? Is anyone asking? Is anyone grasping that nothing lasts? Whoa, I know we're all exhausted. Whoa, am I in my head or have we all lost it? So I ask myself, am I the only one looking for substance? Got high, it only left me lonely and loveless. Don't wanna end up in a casket, head full of maggots, body full of jack, get in abundance. Am I the only one looking for substance?
Okay, I really like this. First, I love this, punk rock music. I don't know if that's what you'd call it. It's a little different than what I'm used to hearing, at least from Demi. The thing that strikes me most, I'm going all the way back to the beginning, is that I feel like her voice, so previously when I heard Demi Lovato sing, I just always associated that voice with a lot of power, and a lot of depth. And what I love that she's doing here is it's just a little bit more forward. She's using a little bit more nasal resonance, and it feels like it's got just a lighter approach. So you can hear that strong, powerful voice is still in there, but I think what she's doing now is so smart and so healthy because it's very sustainable. This just sounds so healthy. I'll pause throughout this time and maybe point some stuff out.
Is anybody happy with life in the backseat? Trying to master the art of detaching. Is anybody driving? Is anyone asking? Is anyone grasping that nothing lasts?
Okay, so you can hear it's spread just a little bit. It's also got this kind of it's very conversational, but it's got kind of a raspy quality to it. Let me go back. And, sorry, by spreading, it sounds even more youthful than I've heard previously.
Is anybody happy with life in the backseat? Trying to master the art of detaching. Is anybody driving? Is anyone asking? Is anyone grasping that nothing lasts? Whoa.
And then you get a little bit more of that richness, a bit more of that depth. Whenever you're singing something so fast, it's good to keep things light so that you can stay on time and not get sluggish or weigh things down.
I know we're all exhausted. Whoa, am I in my head or have we all lost it? So I ask myself, am I
There.
the only one?
Hold on, I love that transition. So you can hear the difference between, hold on.
I know we're all exhausted. Whoa, am I in my head or have we all lost it? So I ask myself, am I?
Right there. So when she's ask myself, it's still very spread. The tongue is still pretty high in the mouth, the root of the tongue. So it sounds very light, very neutral. And then am I, not only did she open, but she's using a lot more support from her midsection. And that's that boomy, powerful sound we're used to. But with the added benefit of having just a little bit more spread so that it's easier, it's more sustainable, and it matches really well with what came before it. One more time.
So I ask myself, am I the only
On Substance as well, you can hear a little bit more of that depth and that richness, and that part of that is like vowel modification and what vowels do for different sounds and how they can warm a sound up. So substance, she's not saying substance.
The only one looking for substance. I don't remember last week.
And right at the beginning of that phrase, using a fry is such a smart tool because when you're singing in this sort of lighter mechanism, you still want to make sure your chords come fully together. And so that's what just happened. That was so smart. Let me go back.
I don't remember last week, got my head scratching, but everyone's acting like nothing is lacking. Think we might be crashing, everyone's laughing, time is just passing, and nothing lasts. Whoa, I know we're all exhausted. Whoa, am I in my head or have we all lost it? So I ask myself, am I the only one looking for substance?
I want to go back to that. I love that she just stopped playing guitar for a bit so she could really focus on vocals. I'll probably pick this apart as we go. What she's doing is so great, and I haven't mentioned this in a while actually, so if you're new here, I talk about the Italianate smile, and by like having like an inner smile or lifting your cheeks a little bit or cheekbones, like it just enables a wider palette, which helps kind of make things easier. And she's doing that throughout this entire section, actually throughout this entire song. But what I love is that it's blending so beautifully, like the powerful richness of her voice in addition to that sort of lighter approach. And then at the very end there, you can hear she was like full voice and then kind of like let off, but still beautiful intonation, and it was just so like, so smooth. Give me the real, give me the magic. So I asked myself, am I only one looking for substance? God, it only let me love me and loveless. Casket, maggots, jack, abundance. Am I the only one looking for substance? Yeah. I want to hear that ending part again. Man, the range, like this voice, I think that's just why I've always been so impressed with her voice, is that like she can do so many cool textures and so many cool colors, but the range, like it's so big. It's such a big range. Yeah, we're just gonna listen again. Oh wait, let me go back. And to like sustain that, I haven't worked with her, obviously. I don't know kind of where her passaggio is exactly, but it really sounds like all of these notes are in her passaggio, or at least at the top of her register there. And so to be able to sustain that, to have that stamina, is just so impressive.
Give me the real, give me the magic. So I ask myself, am I the only one looking for substance? Thought it only left me lonely and loveless. Casket, maggots, jack, abundance. Am I the only one looking for substance? Yeah.
The more I was watching, the more I was really digging this like punk rock look. I need to hear more from this album because I'm so curious to hear if that like added brightness I heard in this performance is like constant throughout, or if it was just for this song. I don't know. Anywho, that is it for today. So thank you guys so much for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.